Hey everybody, keviseeb here. Well, today's video is going to be on how to cap without being seen. First thing we need to do is check and see what radar ships we have. And there are no battleships, but we do have a Des Moines, Worcester, and a Moscow. So pretty long-range radar for all of those. So the team decides that we're going to go BC. And of course, immediately, as you can see, the destroyer at A completely ignores what the team said they were going to do. So instead of capping BC, we're going to be capping AB, it appears. Of course, the normal amount of talk in chat. As usual. All right, so I decided to go to B. And I'm waiting for a radar ship to show up. Luckily for me, it's just a Hindenburg at 8 kilometers away. So rather than be shot at when I'm detected, decide to hide behind this island until I can make sure I get the base cap. Then I see that the distance between he and I is not changing that much, so it doesn't appear as though he's going to push in. So I figured this would be a good time to attempt to torp a Hindenburg, which usually doesn't end up well, but try it anyway. So we're getting the cap. Looks like it's going to go through okay. You'll notice I have spotting damage of 12,000, but 0 potential damage. All right, so we have the cap. We have a Grosavoy and Des Moines over at A capping. It appears as though they're going to get that cap as well, although there is a Shimakaze and Zhao Yamato on the way. I'm not sure what happened to the Hindenburg at this point. We'll see in a minute what happened to him. And then notice the enemy team on the northeast side of the map. Looks like they're all making a beeline towards the 9 and 10 line. The mini-map's going to be uncovered in just a moment here, so you'll be able to see the positioning of the enemy. All right, so now I decided, since there's nothing I can really do here anymore, since the B cap looks like it's going to stay and not be contested, I decided to head over to C, expecting fully to be radared by something over there. I did not see either Shimakaze at this cap. All right, there's a Moskva, almost within radar range. He does not come into radar range for some reason. In fact, if you look at his distance indicator, he's actually going to start backing up here soon to ensure that he can't radar me. Now, I noticed that Zhao was very close to cap. He decided not to go in. Not sure why. I guess he just wanted to give me solo cap number 2. And as it turns out, that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, in the meantime, I'm kiting away from the Moskva just in case he does pull forward, so I don't get in his radar range. Now, you'll notice the spotting damage has gone up considerably, up to 54,000, but still 0 potential damage. I have at this point not been spotted by anyone on the enemy team. Now, I did send torps out, as you saw. They were aimed at the Moscow. I didn't really expect to hit anything, if nothing else, just to deter him. But turns out, do get two hits on him. And also get solo cap number 2. Now, I look at the mini-map and see that their team is trying to set a new record for the most number of ships that they can fit on the 10 line. And I say, well, I can't do anything here. We do have a cap that's being taken, so let me go to the other side of the map and see if maybe I can help get that cap back. Part of me wanted to hang around and go torp those bundle of ships up there on the 10 line, but with the cyclone coming in, detection would have been a difficult thing to do, so I decided not to mess around in those islands, particularly with the Moskva there, who I knew could radar me. Now, I did pass one of the Shimikazes, fired at him once and missed. I figured I'd see him in just a few minutes at the A-cap. He was relatively low health, so wasn't too worried about a confrontation with him. Watching him on radio detection, RPF, I figured he was going to come into the cap and try and save it. Thought about sending torps, but sometimes blind firing into radio doesn't really accomplish much. On top of that, the Grosavoy had put torps out on him anyway. So now we're in cap number 3. No other friendly ships around. Can't believe this is going to be yet another solo cap in a tier 10 game. Can't believe there's been no radar ships at any of the caps that actually did anything. There was one at sea, the Moscow, but he decided not to push up and use his radar. So we have a team that had radar ships, and not one of them was used, as far as I know, to actually detect anything. So here we go, cap number 3. Notice spotting damage, 55,000, 0 potential damage still. Shimikaze decided not to come near the cap. I don't know where he went. I mean, the team should have been desperate. Look at our point lead. We're almost 700 points ahead, and not even 10 minutes into the game. They've lost 5 ships. We've lost 3. And as I sail around an A-cap, I can't believe that we've managed to solo cap 3 bases without yet being spotted by any of the enemy team. And the game ends, we point out. So if this isn't proof that you can win games by capping only, without any damage, without any potential damage. I mean, those 2 torpedoes, that was silly. There's no reason that Moscow should have taken them. But he did. So there was some damage. Even at that, managed to finish in 5th place, primarily due to 3 solo base caps. So please don't go hanging out at the 10 line. And here's proof there was no potential damage. So I think this is a lesson to positioning and cap objectives. Thanks. We'll see you later. Have a good one.